CexxiTarot. Oh, yeah, it depends on who the card chooses. Leaving emotional bruises, yeah. And when the truth comes out, I know these suckers are clueless. So better watch your mouth because she really do this. And no need to speak because you know what the news is.
Well, hello, and welcome to CexxiTarot. I'm very disheartened that I have to do this video. So, I've been promising to do a expose, a tell-all about what happened with my recent hospital stay. On the screen, you have some images. The images are of me laid up in the hospital bed. Then you have an image of my troponin levels, which should not have exceeded 14 and reached 2,600 and something. And then you have my drug test results. So I was hospitalized from February the 8th to the 11th. And what was going on is, basically, that was my second hospital stay in less than 30 days. Previously, I was hospitalized from January the 11th to the 12th. I'm not going to reveal the hospital's name. I'm just not going to do that. But I am going to make you aware that discrimination is fucking real. So during my January 11th to the 12th hospital stay, my troponin levels, now troponin is a enzyme your heart secretes when it is trying to protect itself, when it is in jeopardy. I was hospitalized due to fainting spells and dizziness. When I got to the hospital, they immediately took blood, did all the workup that they were supposed to do, and they told me at that time my troponin levels were topping at 200 something. That was January the 11th. During that hospital stay, they were running tests on me in the emergency room. So it came time for me to have an echocardiogram of my heart. I'm sorry, not an echocardiogram, an ultrasound of my heart. And so I was in a private room where there was a door, and behind the door was a hospital curtain. My son had to leave, so the tech that was doing the ultrasound enters the room. When he enters the room, he shuts the door, he pulls the curtain, and he sits on the bed with me with his machinery beside him. Mind you, I'm in extreme pain. I've been given something to relax me, okay? And who knows how many other pills. I done had nitroglycerin, all kinds of shit. So he sits on the bed, a white man, young white man, but had to be between 25 and 30. So immediately, I remember asking him, is this normal? He said, is what normal? I said, sitting on the bed of a patient. He was like, oh, it just makes it easier for me to do what I need to do. Now, please understand, there was a stool in the room on wheels. There was a chair. There were other places for this tech to sit. However, he sat on my bed. And I looked at him and I said, but you've been visiting other patients. So now you're bringing those germs in the bed with me. This motherfucker ignores me. And remember, I'm loopy because I'm a little drugged. proceeds to take the images off my heart, never moving his ass off my bed. Halfway through this ultrasound of my heart, and it was a little while because he had to take a lot of pictures, so I say this ultrasound lasted like 25 minutes. This motherfucker twiddles my nipple. What do I mean? He took my nipple between his two hands while resting the tool on the bed to do this to my nipple. And I went the fuck off. And you know what this motherfucker did? Act like nothing was wrong. Picked up his shit. Now, if you're familiar with an ultrasound, they use this jelly, right? So this jelly, I'm like, can you at least give me something to clean myself off with? Now I'm humiliated. I'm violated. I already feel disgusting in so many ways besides him sitting his ass on the hospital bed after visiting multiple patients because he's in scrubs, right? Next to my fucking chest. He gets a towel. And the tool looked like, okay, for lack of a better description, it's like a penis. It's not. It's a probe, but it's shaped cylindrical. He gets the towel that I asked for him to wipe me off with, and he strokes it, and I mean he fucking stroked it. Like simulating an act. And then toss the towel on the other side of the room. Now, I got IVs in this arm, and I have IVs in this arm. I'm still jacked up. Now, this is the January 11th to the 12th hospital stay, okay? So, he proceeds to leave the room. Now, mind you, he tossed the towel somewhere else, so I can't wash the gel off me. After he done did whatever, violated me and everything else. Goes to leave the room. But when he leave the room, he leave the curtain open in the door. So now I'm exposed. I'm strapped down both arms with IVs. And I'm trying to get to the door under anesthesia. Trying to get to this door to shut this curtain because people are walking past looking at my breast. You understand? I ripped the IV out my arm, not because I wanted to, because of the lack of range from the cables to shut it. Now I'm wigging out. I'm going crazy. I'm hurry up putting my clothes on, blood coming out my arm. I'm like going crazy. And I'm like, call the police, help. You know, I'm just humiliated. I felt alone. I felt vulnerable. I felt high. So finally my brother gets there and, you know, he's going off. And so finally they're like, okay, we got a room for her. And let me tell you the sad part. Let's fast forward to the next day. They wouldn't let my brother go to the room with me. And I'm in hysterics, so I can't rest. I can't rest because I don't trust nothing now. Mind you, while I'm in this room, God, give me strength. While I'm in this freaking room, I'm just paranoid. I can't sleep. I can't rest. I can't do nothing. But do you want to know the overwhelming thing they asked me? Are you on cocaine? Because this happens. Troponin levels increase when people use cocaine. I assure you, I do not use cocaine. Now, mind you, they done took my blood, they done took my urine, they done did drug tests, so you know I ain't on cocaine, but you still want to ask me, am I on cocaine? Okay? So, I'm so peeved. The food looked like it was meant for a dog. I spent the night in this hospital, and I only was forced to spend the night because I was loopy. Otherwise, I'd have left that motherfucker. So the next day, you know what I did? I went off so bad, they sent a social worker in there to try to make it like I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know how they trying to cover their ass? Because now I done lodged a complaint. I done told. So now I see the game where we going to make it look like I'm crazy. I ain't give a fuck. I ain't give a fuck about none of that shit. I got the hell out of there. Well, it was a premature release, but what I felt like I had no other choice. So let's fast forward to, I got my calendar in front of me, to February the 8th, when I'm readmitted to the hospital. Same thing, fainting, passing out. By the grace of God, my son walks in, see me laying in the floor. I done fainted 5 times on February 11th, the morning of February 11th. So, no, I'm lying. I'm sorry. That was the first hospital visit. The February 11th, bear with me. The February 11th visit, I say, let me go to work. I got a doctor's appointment anyway to follow up for that January 11th day on February the 8th. I go to work. I got a half a day. I do whatever I need to do. And I feel it. Like, I ain't right. I feel me about to just go down. But you want to know some real shit? I felt like I was dying. And I was, but I'll get to that. Thank God I made it to my doctor's appointment. I'm sitting there next to my primary care, explaining what happened. And next thing I know, I'm on a stretcher. I'm in an emergency room. So that I was told, I could only give you a secondary account. I was told I had a seizure. I was told I passed out twice. I was told I wet myself. I was told that my heart rate was only 40. I was told my blood pressure was 70/50. Immediately, this hospital starts hooking me up to all kind of shit and taking me for test after test after test after test, drug test, which is on the screen. Now, this is what's bad. The troponin levels are now at 2,600 and something, and they should never exceed 14, which means my heart is truly in jeopardy. Do you want to know what they asked me? Are you on cocaine? And I direct you to the drug results on the damn screen. Are you on cocaine? Overwhelmingly, are you on cocaine? They took my blood, they took my urine, they did another urine test. Like, I had extended drug tests because these people wanted to know if I was on cocaine. And then I get into a room. So this day, I have to say, this treatment at this hospital was much better until. So I'm in my room, I'm admitted, my body tired, my heart overworked. And please understand, I'm fast forwarding to get to what happened. Tons of tests was done. Let me fast forward. So my first night there, I have a Korean nurse. So you know how they come check your vitals every so often. So the Korean nurse, and I only know she was Korean because she told me, this is not me guessing. She comes in the room and she says, I'm here to give you your meds and take your vitals. So, you know, I'm asleep. I wake up and I'm like, okay, you know, I can hear. I'm a very light sleeper. And while she's administering my meds, she says, are you on cocaine? Here we go again. So I was like, why do y'all keep asking me that? She said, well, you're black. It's normal. Black people do drugs. In my country, we heard all about you. Now you might say, Cexxi, you exaggerating, right? No, the fuck I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It's normal. In our country, you know, we heard all about black people. You know, y'all do drugs. So don't take it personal. This is just what y'all do. I said, who told you this? Oh, I heard about it in America. Now, mind you, her English really broken, and I don't want to try to mimic this woman's dialect, not because I don't want to be rude, right? I don't want to display the discrimination and rudeness that was, you know, purported or projected upon me. So I eventually asked her, how long you been in this country? Because her English was real choppy. And I am going to assume, to be fair, that the way some of this stuff was coming out of her mouth was due to cultural differences in the language barrier. So she says, oh, I've been in America 4 years. And it's okay if you embarrassed. I said, embarrassed by what? Using cocaine. She said, because in my country, she said, I leave my country and I go to China and I get my medical training in China. And in China, they accuse me of having sex with a male nurse and giving him oral. And I lied. I did it. But because I was embarrassed, I lied. So we lie when we embarrassed. It's like, what? I said, I don't do no damn cocaine. Now, mind you, I'm a professional woman, but I wasn't going to give this woman my resume. Just so you all know, I run a whole IT unit for the government. I ain't going to say a local government. I ain't going to say which local government, but I'm a professional woman. So a lot of times when I'm getting to these readings, it's me coming off my 9 to 5. So I asked her, I said, can I ask you a question? How much money you make? She proudly announced $89,000. I said, I assure you I'm damn near double that. I don't do cocaine. And then I started asking her of the name of the equipment around the room. And as she named it, I asked her, I challenged her, can you Google who made that equipment? And overwhelmingly, most of all the technology in the room was developed by a Black person. I'm just speaking facts. This is nothing. Listen, I love all people, and I come from a multicultural family. So I don't want you to think that I'm prejudiced. I don't want you to think this is against any race or culture. I'm speaking from a Black woman's perspective. So after she has this awakening to the genius of a Black person, I wanted to have a conversation with her. Would you believe that I set my emotions to the side? Because I really wanted to understand why this woman thought all Black people were on drugs. And by the time I finished talking to this woman, she was a different person. A different person. But it was a very long conversation. But I'm here to tell you discrimination is real. And when you Black in a hospital, they don't take your pain as being real. They think you exaggerating. And I have the best insurance. This is why I had rooms to myself. None of that mattered. It didn't even matter those drug results you looking at on the screen. It didn't matter they all said negative because I was on cocaine regardless. My heart was in so much jeopardy. So let me tell you what was going on with my heart. So in January when I was first hospitalized, I live alone, right? So I often order out. I let my eating habits go. Full disclosure, real shit. And I probably was eating some shit I ain't had no business that made my heart go crazy. Well, after I was released from the first hospital stay, I did a dramatic lifestyle change. And I mean dramatic. I'm talking about changing my diet. I quit smoking cigarettes. Like I went ham. Because I was afraid. Like I literally almost died. I was afraid. So the medicine that the first hospital prescribed me was a very aggressive treatment because of the fainting spells and my heart secreting this troponin. So when I made this dramatic lifestyle change, the medicine was too much. Hence why the second time I was hospitalized without my knowledge, because I'm just remembering talking to my primary care on a follow-up and ended up on a stretcher inside the ER and ended up staying for 4.5 damn days. What they discovered was my medication was too much, so it was dropping my heart rate. And it was lowering my blood pressure to the point I was dying. In this hospital, I didn't post the other picture, but I don't know if you could see my arm. It's not dirt. They gave me what's called a cardiac cath. So what they did was they went through my vein with a 3x3-inch camera and streamed it all the way up to my heart to see if they could see anything. They could see nothing. After they rushed me to, now mind you, I'm sedated as hell. They rushed me to have an MRI. And what the cool thing about the MRI is they put these glasses on me where I got to watch a movie. And you know, I could still hear the instructions in the movie. Well, it was later discovered I had 2 heart attacks on the table while having the MRI. I was so used to this feeling that I'm not even realizing I'm having heart attacks. I had 22 heart attacks within 28 days. I'm fucking unkillable, okay? I'm unkillable, people. So when the cardiologist comes to see me, just like the Korean nurse, are you on cocaine? I said, you never even looked at my chart. You never even looked at my chart. My mother recorded the conversation between me and this doctor. She sure did. My mother was angry. She sure did. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, but I'm surely going to play it. And I tried to play real coy and dumb like I didn't know what was going on because the treatment was good and I needed help because I literally almost died. This is what my mom recorded.
Anyway, let's get to the facts. I saw it. What do you get so far? It looked like I had a light stroke on that MRI. That's what it looked like. Stroke. It said, I don't know how to get rid of this antibody. Let me tell you this right now. I'm getting rid of this. Let's see what he read. Let's see what he read. All right, I'm going to show you. And then they came in here and told me that this morning, Dr. Patel, and he said, but then I'm just going to let the doctor further discuss it with you. I said, I want to tell you what he read that raised your attention. He said, where are we just here? It was the test results MRI, right? Is this with the current choice right here? See what you read and tell you you had a stroke they wanted to see because I know there was the results are. Oh man. I know, but mind you, no. That is about the heart, it's not the stroke is the brain. Okay, that's fine. But what I'm telling you is, sir, I didn't ask you for nothing. Let me tell you what. We're gonna focus on you. I cannot control what the other people say or not say, okay? So we're gonna talk about you and that's it. I'm not gonna talk about the other people. Yeah, so your situation, see one thing, the test showed that you don't have any major blockage in the arm. Okay? Right. So that one is good. Yeah, no major blockage. Now, the MRI showed that, the other time place they told you that you had myocarditis perhaps, that is an inflammation of the heart. This MRI, medicine is not a simple business, okay? Medicine is not like math, that you do 2 plus 2 or 4, okay? No, sometimes there are things that are not, we cannot tell exactly that's what it is, okay? Because the MRI showed that there is a part of the heart, that a small part, the base, the back of the heart, where it looks like you had a small heart attack, okay? But a small heart attack. Now, the arteries are normal, so if not, you don't have to be worried about what, okay? But there is a small scar in the back of your heart. That's what they wrote there. That it came from something, okay? Usually, this type of picture comes when you have a blockage, okay? Yes. Because there was no blockage on the catheterization. That's this thing here, right? Yes. Okay. So there was no blockage. So I must tell you sometimes the one that gets blocked is a very small branch that disappears and we don't see it anymore. Okay? So, but I said all the
doctors look good. There's not even plans. But if it's a small branch close and they give you a smaller attack, that one is though we haven't seen it, is still a possibility. There must be a very, very small branch that led to that. That is the most likely thing. And you haven't used, you said you use cocaine or anything like that. Because
no, I'm saying it's they took several drug tests. No, I don't use anything.
Oh, because sometimes
Now, let me stop it right there. The doctor never even looked at my chart. Because if he would have looked at my chart, he would have knew, A, I wasn't on cocaine. And he would have also realized that I had 2 heart attacks on the table. Let me show you what I mean. Because I told y'all I was coming with receipts. I was coming with receipts. I was so humiliated, y'all. I was so humiliated. I was so embarrassed. But I just needed help. I just needed help. I just needed help. And this is how I was treated. So I have this app in my phone that allows me to see my chart. Hold on, it's loading. Now I'm going to show you where I had the heart attack on the table. He never read the damn chart. Actually, I had 2 on the table. And when he said, it's a small blockage, no, it wasn't. Because, honey, his tune was different the day I got discharged, and I'm going to prove that to you, too. I'm going to prove that to you, too. I mean, being hospitalized while black is difficult. Very, very difficult. Here we go. I don't know if y'all can see that, but if you look at the last line of the first paragraph, it talks about the ischemic attack I had during the MRI. He never read the chart. He never read the chart. Never read the chart. Never read the chart. They did so many tests on me. So let me explain to you what I mean by the last day he changed his tune. I am on 24-hour heart monitoring. So I want to tell you, because I'm here to tell y'all, like I'm humiliated. I just want to get better. But I'm here to tell y'all, when you go to the hospital, you best have somebody with you. Somebody that can advocate for you. Thank God my mom recorded that, because my mom was pissed. My mom was pissed. Can you imagine going through them, having all these issues with your heart and you fainting, to constantly being asked if you're on cocaine and you just don't want to die? So I love y'all. I promise to do this video. Here it is. I had a recorded video already, but I'm not good with video editing, and I didn't know how to upload it. And then I tried to record it, just the vocals off it, but I was talking so low because I was in a hospital and I didn't want to disturb anybody. And that Korean nurse kept coming in my room, hence that short you see where you see me killing it, because she kept coming back with the same cocaine conversation. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube. If they demonetize this video, I still don't give a damn. Because y'all need to know, you better have somebody with you in the hospital. Your pain ain't real. Nothing's real. And you're on drugs if you're black. Okay? Them troponin levels, you see that green section? It's only, it ain't supposed to go past there. You see where I was near death. Near death. It's a reason I left leaving. I wanted the drug screen on a computer, on the screen that long. Because I don't want nobody to be like, oh, it went away so fast. No, I wanted to leave that shit up there. I don't do no damn drugs. But according to them, at least the Korean lady, all black people do drugs. But I knew the doctor ain't read my chart. Because you heard him say about the cocaine. Nothing happened with the MRI. Like, he telling me, no, I don't want to discuss what other people say. And what he was talking about is the doctor from that morning was what they call a physician's assistant. And he made various assessments. And he told me he was not allowed to go in depth about it. But he wanted me to bring 3 things up to the cardiologist when he came to see me. So I brought those 3 things up to the cardiologist, and that's why he said, I don't want to talk about what other people told you. When I tell you it was an African doctor that figured out that the second go round the medication was too much, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. So I'm out of work for a minute. I refuse to cry anymore. I just refuse. And I'm home healing. And I love y'all. And I wanted you to know why I went missing. It wasn't I got lazy. It was nothing like that. I was fighting for my life. I appreciate all of your support. And I just want you to know discrimination is very real. Very real. And you might say, Cexxi, what did you learn from all that? I don't judge nobody. You'll never know what anyone is going through. You just don't. So I encourage you, when you encounter people from other cultures, other backgrounds, I'm talking to black people too. Don't judge nobody. Whatever background you from, can y'all just love on each other with love and as human beings? And I'm hearing that song, Take Me As I Am. I felt like I had to tell these people over and over again that I don't use drugs, despite them constantly draining me of my blood. If I can lift this shirt up, like my camera not real good, but I got scarring all in my arms. Like, I don't even know how to. I felt like they were stressing my heart more with the drug questions. I worked so hard in life. I raised 3 kids by myself. I've been working 2 jobs since I was 16 and I'm 50. My children are on their own, doing well. I work very hard. And all I'm hearing is, are you on cocaine? I love y'all. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. The discrimination is very real. And I'm praying I never have to be admitted into a hospital again, because I can't relive that. I cannot relive those biases, those prejudices, those microaggressions. I just can't do it anymore. I might wig the fuck out. I'm going to read some of y'all comments. Diamond Burrell, he's sick. He was very sick. I am good, love. I feel much better. I'm just on, being monitored right now. Rosalia, blessings, Queen. I'm glad you're okay. They need to be sued. Do you know the only reason why I'm not going to sue these people? Because I don't have the energy. And you can't win against the hospital. They got loan money. Like, you ever see people who try to sue a hospital? You ever see one of them court cases on TV? By the time they finish with you, whatever you ain't, they done made it look like you are, and you don't, and as a regular human being, you don't have enough money to stay in the court system that long against them. And you have to also remember, they'll always throw up your consent to treat, that consent to treatment form. Because one of the concerns my mother had was, if you weren't sure the cardiac cath was going to show you everything and the MRI would, why not do the MRI before you did the cardiac cath? Because they wanted the money for this procedure. And God, I hope my arm don't stay like this. My beautiful skin. I make my own lotions. I take pride in myself. My lip, it's like it's so dry from being in that hospital. It's damn near bled. I love y'all. Thank you for watching my video. Share it as much as the hell you want. But I'm going to tell you this, the hospital in Philadelphia, two hospitals, they're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. One is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and one is in Darby. And if it showed up on the screen, oops, sorry for them. Peace.
CexxiTarot. Yeah, it depends on who the card chooses. Leaving emotional bruises, yeah. And when the truth comes out, I know these suckers are clueless. So better watch your mouth because she really do this. And no need to speak because she know what the